Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's narration in the web series The Burning Ones. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description, and as always, I hope that you enjoy. Chapter 15, The Corrupted. Humans have also legends of the Burning Ones. However, their legends do not tell the story of how the great race sacrificed themselves for the universe. They paint a picture of Earth as a battleground where, just on the other side of the veil, beyond what can be seen, two factions fight for the souls of men. One side strives to nurture and protect, the other to corrupt. There are many versions of the tale throughout human culture. Good and evil, darkness and light, benevolent and malevolent, gods, angels and demons. But in the end, the story remains the same. There is a struggle, man is the prize. Humanologists across the galaxy have commented that man is conceited to believe that they are valuable enough to be at the center of such a titanic struggle as the one cast in human religion and myth. Humanity is prideful, egotistical, narcissistic, and short-sighted, they say. The belief that one is this valuable is, in fact, rather rare throughout the culture of the known universe. Neither hive nor herd species possess such an idea. For them, the individual is only part of a greater whole and of inconsequential value. Members of individual species, who are more similar to humans, more often see themselves as valuable, not their entire race. So, why then would the humans concoct such a delusions of grandeur, if not egotism and pride? I know the answer. It is not delusion. The battle is real. After witnessing the clashes between the feral child's guardian and the numerous other burning ones, I asked Shadow what was really going on. He declined to answer. After many nights of diligently, purposely, obnoxiously channeling my best impersonation of human curiosity, Shadow finally shared some of his secrets. The first part I knew. The old ones burnt, and then they fell through space, broken, ripped from the physical world by their sacrifice. The second I had guessed. The survivors found terror back when the planet and its inhabitants were young. The rest, however, was not quite so simple. Prior to their sacrifice, the Old Ones were fighting amongst themselves. When the moment came, the Old Ones sacrificed themselves. It was not only those who were, from my perspective, the good guys, like Shadow or Ghost. War did not discriminate. During the moment, all the Old Ones sacrificed themselves. Some acted not because they wanted to save the universe for others, but because they wanted it for themselves. For one faction, terror became a garden to tend. Shadow and his kind poured in all the love and care and devotion they felt from humankind deserved. For the other, humans were seen only for the potential they possessed as a means to an end. Where one such as Shadow sought only to nurture and protect, those on the other side of the line saw the great potential in the human creature as a resource to be exploited. Unable to reintegrate with the physical world and unwilling to accept their new reality, some burning ones bonded with humans in a parasitical way. They traded their power freely, unleashing the intoxicating force upon the whims of the human desire. They whittled away at the human hosts, carving out a place for themselves to live once more in a physical body. Selfish, power-hungry, burning with desires unquenchable, the corrupted ravaged their hosts until there was nothing left. The only things the burning ones could do was watch over their own charges and attempt to minimize the collateral damage. I think that Shadow was too sad at this point to continue explaining. He ended his very brief story abruptly and retook his stoic stance, dutifully watching over Allison. Perhaps he lost someone he loved to the corrupted. Perhaps they hurt one of the humans he guarded. Perhaps the wound is too deep for me to ever understand. Eventually, I uncovered another piece of the puzzle, this time discussing the things I'd seen with Mark. In the recent past, something interesting happened back on Earth. Humans are resilient. Chop off their arm and they'll build a new one. When their technology finally caught up with their self-destructive nature, humans began replacing and repairing complex organs, like their eyes and nervous systems. Suddenly, someone like Mark, someone who'd been shot in the face, could be rebuilt. They didn't know that in rebuilding, some would be reborn. A minority of these technologically augmented humans, for reasons unknown to science, were granted the ability to see and interact with a realm unseen by man. These humans' relationships with their guardians evolved into conscious partnerships. As one could imagine, many of the humans who required such extensive reconstructive efforts were injured in violent conflicts, and therefore, when given the resources of a burning one, became formidable weapons. But this was not the case with all humans. Mark showed me archived YouTube footage of a human daredevils who had partnered with their guardians to perform insanely dangerous, gravity-defying acrobatic tricks in a sport known as parkour. This word sounded vaguely French, so I showed the videos to Quizaf. This was admittedly a huge mistake, but I did it for the lulz. What can I say? 5 humans have completely corrupted my sense of humor. I like to imagine one day, as Mark was recovering from his wounds in the hospital, he received a visitor. Certainly, it was like one of the action and adventure films I watched with Addison. It was probably a man who wears sunglasses indoors and dresses in perfectly pressed, slick black suits, white starched shirts, and tactfully impractical shiny black shoes. All to make it well known he is a covert government agent. He enters and says, "You're a wizard, Marcus, and that a long-lost Uncle Sam needs help to fight in a war." Then the hero goes to a secret base and trains with a reluctant, graying mentor before going out to defeat the forces of darkness that have infiltrated the highest ranks of government. Sadly, I fear my memory of human cinema is overlapping, but it would have gone something like that. However it happened, Mark and Ghost were recruited to join the Rapid Assault and Recovery Group. Humans called the corrupted Draconid due to their use of fire when angered. Augmented individuals were reported more and more Draconid sightings. Unexplained fiery deaths were similarly on the rise. Entire ships full of human passengers were disappearing. The RAR needed warlocks to man their jump ships in case the encounters with Draconids. They also needed experienced soldiers to take part in dangerous rescue operations. Mark was both. In the end, it brought him and his pack of sheepdogs to my corner of the universe. I am grateful, for these humans are some of the best companions I've ever known. Those friends still with me, I shall fight to protect. Those I've loved and lost, I shall fight to remember. End of chapter. I'd quickly like to thank the T5 peeps: Cold War Boomerwaffen, Sevaren Serberous, Bushmaster 177, Henry the Red, Casper Arnholtz, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Elijah Silvercross, Dragzoon W.R.E, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.